Electric power is everywhere present in unlimited quantities and can drive the world's machinery without the need of coal, oil, gas, or any other fuel. This new power for the driving of the world's machinery will be derived from the energy which operates the universe, the cosmic energy.
Nikola Tesla was a revolutionary, genius, and self-proclaimed failure. Tesla was a visionary far ahead of his contemporaries in the field of scientific development. By the time of his death, he held over 700 patents. Many of Tesla's inventions are still in use today, including the radio, the fluorescent light bulb, and alternating current. His intellectual curiosity was unparalleled by his peers in the scientific community. But Tesla's genius and vision would ultimately be his downfall. After his encounter with one of the most powerful and wealthy men of his time, Tesla saw himself as a failure. In a famous interview statement, Tesla said, "I am a defeated man. I have not accomplished the greatest thing I could." When asked what that was, Tesla responded, "I wanted to illuminate the whole earth." Nikola Tesla, exploring science and the encounter that ended free electricity for the future. Nikola Tesla was an electrical engineer, mechanical engineer, physicist, inventor, and futurist, doing his most prominent work from 1884 to 1905. From an early age, Tesla was fascinated by mechanical things. He knew very early on that he wanted to become an engineer. An intellectual explorer from the beginning, Tesla once said, "When I get an idea, I start right away to build it up in my mind. I change the structure, I make improvements. In this way, you see, I can rapidly develop and perfect an invention without touching anything." He was a pioneer in every scientific field he was interested in because he was consistently dissatisfied with what was and was always searching for what was next.
Tesla was one who scientifically wanted to do the very best thing possible.
Tesla held 80 U.S. patents for the technology underlying radio and TV transmission, mobile phones, radar, fluorescent and neon lighting, X-rays, robotics, and remote guidance systems. Perhaps Tesla's most impactful accomplishment was his discovery of alternating current. When Tesla first immigrated to the U.S., he went to work for fellow inventor Thomas Edison. In New York, Tesla saw that people were using incandescent light powered by Edison's direct current. Direct current was unable to maintain high voltages over long distances, so Edison was building DC power stations every 2 miles along the East Coast. Tesla, who immediately saw the inefficiency of the system, set about finding a better way. It was then that Tesla came up with his idea for alternating current. On May 1st of 1888, Tesla received a U.S. patent for his electromagnetic alternating current induction motor. From there, a war of currents ensued. Edison, who did not want to lose the royalties he received from the use of direct current, felt threatened by the rise of alternating current, which could be distributed over long distances much more economically than direct current. So Edison launched a propaganda campaign to discredit alternating current and convince the public it was dangerous. In the height of the war of currents came the Chicago World Fair. Edison bid to electrify the fair for $554,000, but lost to Tesla and his business partner, George Westinghouse, who wanted to power the fair for only $399,000 using Tesla's alternating current. Tesla won this battle and would light over 200,000 light bulbs at the World Fair. From here on out, Edison was fighting a losing battle. The war was won when Tesla and Westinghouse received an important contract to construct the AC generators for a hydroelectric power plant at Niagara Falls. In 1896, the plant started delivering electricity all the way to Buffalo, New York, 26 miles away. The achievement was regarded as the unofficial end to the War of Currents, and Tesla's alternating current became the dominant in the electric power industry. Tesla's alternating current induction motor is considered one of the best inventions of the 20th century. His intellectual exploration of electricity and subsequent discovery of alternating current would lead to the presence of safe and affordable electricity in homes around the world today. In the years after Tesla's victory in the War of Currents, he became progressively more obsessed with the idea of wireless energy transmission. In 1899, Tesla was experimenting with wireless energy transmission in his Colorado Springs laboratory. In Colorado, he allegedly created a machine that allowed him to transmit energy wirelessly to 200 light bulbs from a source 26 miles away. It was then that Tesla came up with the idea for his most audacious project yet. He wanted to build a system of these machines around the world. Tesla's vision for the system was that of seemingly impossible magnificence. He believed that when the project was complete, he would be able to broadcast information in the form of pictures, radio, and messages to the farthest corners of the earth. But his ultimate goal was to provide free, wirelessly transmitted electricity for the whole world. In 1901, Tesla purchased 200 acres of land on Long Island's North Shore from James Warden. Tesla chose this site, which he nicknamed Wardenclyffe after the former owner of the land, for the center of his system. In order to build the central machine for his system, Wardenclyffe Tower, Tesla needed funding. His search for funding led him to financial giant John Pierpont Morgan. As one of the most powerful bankers of the era, Morgan had financed railroads and helped organize U.S. Steel, General Electric, and other major corporations. In order to gain this partnership, Tesla led Morgan to believe that he was investing in the world's first radio tower. Morgan gave Tesla $150,000 to complete his project. However, the tower would cost around $1 million to build. Unsurprisingly, Tesla ran out of money before the tower was able to be completed. Desperate to continue his work, Tesla revealed the true intention for the Wardenclyffe Tower to Morgan. Morgan was outraged at what he considered a breach of contract. In addition, Morgan had very strong holdings in several energy companies that would be put out of business if Tesla was successful in providing free energy for the world. Morgan, forever a businessman, famously said, "If anyone can draw on the power, where do we put the meter?" In August of 1903, the tower was demolished by Smiley Steel Company. The parts were sold to repay Tesla's debts to J.P. Morgan and James Warden, who later sued Tesla for non-payment of back taxes. Tesla's encounter with Morgan and the resultant end of the Wardenclyffe Tower project caused Tesla to have a nervous breakdown.
His dream of developing energy that could be moved around the world, in addition to communication, that hadn't come to fruition.
He was defeated, his desire to explore science gone. The possibilities that the completed Wardenclyffe Tower would have created are unknown. Tesla spent the last 10 years of his life living in a New York hotel as his mental health degraded. Nikola Tesla died a defeated genius on January 7th of 1943. When most people are asked to name the greatest minds of the world, Thomas Edison, Isaac Newton, Marie Curie, and Albert Einstein come up quickly. The name Nikola Tesla comes up much later, if it comes up at all, although Tesla was one of the greatest and most prolific inventors. But the important legacy of Nikola Tesla remains relatively unknown to the general public today. Although the scientists of today now believe that his system for wireless energy transmission would not have been successful if Nikola Tesla had not been the loser in the battle of science versus capitalism, our world might be lit not by wires but by towers. We will never know what we lost.